15 years later, and Neil Blomkamps is finally giving us a sequel to District 9. And to be honest, we still don't know when we're getting it, but we know the script is finished. And from the little that we've been told about the story for this sequel that they are trying hard to hide and trying hard to develop as properly as possible, this shit sounds a bit crazy. It sounds like it's going to be hard to watch. Not for a bad reason, because it just might be one of the darkest alien-related films ever. When District 9 came out in 2009, I'm gonna be real, 2009 is a year filled with film flops. Okay, we were supposed to have so many blockbuster movies that were supposed to be awesome. Transformers 2, X-Men Origins, Wolverine, G.I. Joe, Star Trek. I like the first Star Trek, I'll be honest. Moon was pretty good. The Knowing was absolute trash. There was a couple of sci-fi movies that were just really bad. But when District 9 came out, that was it. District 9 to me is Avatar with balls, okay? Nothing against the Avatar movies, okay? I thought the first one was mid. I actually really liked the second one. Yes, part of the reason why for that is because my expectations were as low as they could possibly get, okay? I don't care for James Cameron's Avatar movies that take the king throne for the box office record, okay? I don't like the fact that they're at the top of the box office, but I can respect them for what they are. Beautiful movies that innovated special effects beyond anything. But their stories are kind of cliche, dumb. Avatar 1 is basically Pocahontas or Dances with the Wolves, but in an alien world. Okay, that's what it is. And it's all wrapped up in a nice little bow, okay? With our main character coming in to side with the foreigners against the colonizers who are trying to take their resources from them, okay? The stories are similar in some ways, except in this one, our main character falls in love and decides to go and become an alien and transfer his consciousness into an alien body. That is what he chooses to do. And District 9 says, no, hell no, we're dark over here. We're tragic over here. Avatar is like a Wall-E. District 9 is like 2022 Batman, okay? This film is a mockumentary, all right? Half of it is a mockumentary at least, okay? It adds to the realistic aspect of it. It's not a fantastical world like Avatar. This is dark, gritty. This is apartheid. That's what this film is. It's literally a social commentary on events like apartheid, okay? This ain't no Pocahontas. This ain't no Pocahontas. This is like immigration shit. Aliens are being put into terrible residential housing, bruh. They're being segregated off from the world, concentration camps type shit. We are getting a lot. Some of the commentary, social commentary in this can be on the nose, some might say. But I think it's effective, okay? Now, there are movies that, if you're a man, right, they can get you hard. You can stay with me here, okay? Just really listen to me, okay? Some movies are so intense that you just blood flows into nether regions and you don't understand why, okay? And then there are movies like Jennifer's Body where you're like, okay, you know why the blood's flowing to the nether regions, okay? But then there's movies like Martyrs, if you know, you know, where my penis shrivels into itself when I try watching it, okay? I can't. The violence is too much. Now, District 9 is not like Martyrs. It's nowhere near as violent or as dark. But this movie does a similar thing to me, my nether regions. The transformation. Basically, this dude instantly shoots himself with aliens' Axe body spray. And then starts transforming into a prawn, is a racist term for these aliens, right? That the humans call them. His transformation is so eerie. It's like body horror at its finest. The special effects are so well done. He starts losing his nails, his teeth. He shits himself when his wife throws him like a surprise party for his promotion, and he shits himself while also trying to keep a calm face. And he starts puking at black fluids and shit. It's disgusting, but it's so well done. And when you finally see his arm is injured through a long portion of the movie, and then when you finally they unwrap it and they see the fucking black alien arm come out, it's like a what the F moment. Imagine if you were in that position and you saw that. I would want to hurl myself off a cliff. The special effects in this are crazy. This is a low budget. This is one of the lower budget movies of 2009. And they make use of that budget better than most of the movies that came out that year, okay? Now this poor dude he's fucked, okay? Because the people he works for, MNU, they're like a corrupt organization that's doing experiments on aliens because they want the aliens' tech. That's their resource. They want the weapons. And the only thing that can use the weapons are the aliens, because they're bioorganically coded to the alien's DNA. And this guy's turning into an alien. So when they see the arm, they start experimenting on him, they make him use guns and start making him kill prawns with them. He starts killing aliens and he doesn't want to. And by the way, his father-in-law, the father of his wife, is the devil. His father-in-law basically oversees all this experimentation and is completely okay with having this guy killed so they can harvest his bone marrow. And he literally frames our character. Our main character is Wickus. He frames Wickus for having sexual relations with other aliens and spreading alien STDs potentially. Wickus is literally known as a molester of aliens in these parts now. All the news. He's one of the most famous people on the planet for being a sex addict with aliens. Imagine you're his wife and you find this out because this prick father of yours is telling you all this. This is horrendous. And I'm gonna be real. This actor, I'm not even gonna bother saying the actor's name. I can't even pronounce it, but he needs an Oscar. Bro, this character compared to his character from Elysium, two opposite poles of the spectrum, okay? One is like this harmless dumbass who is naive, but is a good dude deep down, and the other is a cold-blooded psychotic assassin. I'm telling you guys, the acting range is unprecedented, and he has an amazing performance in this movie. Now, like I said, he's a harmless asshole. In the beginning, he's like a bureaucrat who's coming down, bureaucrat, whatever. He's coming down. He's very indifferent to these aliens, like any stranger to animals would be, to animals that they just find disgusting, right? So he laughs. He literally has like the most detached reaction when alien babies are being fried. Okay, he's evicting aliens without a care in the world. Like you kind of see him as an asshole in the beginning, a little bit. But you're like, I would probably be the same way if, in the context of this, these are just animals that he sees them as like rabid dogs, right? That's like the racism aspect of this film, right? So it's a dark irony when he starts to turn into an alien himself. It's like the ultimate form of karma, right? That's the point of the film. Now we're gonna get to some of the highlights of this film. Okay, him transforming to alien is a highlight. Then we got the gang leader. There's an African gang that prowls District 9. They start selling arms with aliens, right? It's crazy how we have gangs that are actually selling arms. And this gang is obsessed with eating aliens' limbs because they feel like they will absorb the power of the aliens and transcend their human state into godly forms. It's some weird voodoo black magic shit. And this dude, this leader, is the GOAT. He's insane, all right? He has some of the funniest scenes ever, okay? So basically, they capture him because he's trying to get... Basically, Wickus needs to get that fluid that he got, the Axe body spray fluid that he got sprayed. Is basically fuel for the ship's engines that the aliens need, right? So they need to get it from the government lab, but they can't go into the government lab without weapons, otherwise they'll die right away. So this gang are like arm dealers. So he goes to them and they capture him, okay? Wickus is about to get his arm chopped off by them because this guy wants to eat his arm. And Wickus grabs one of the alien guns that they have and starts using it and blowing his people away. And this dude's reaction is like, holy shit. But he doesn't, he's not even fazed by the fact that his people are getting blown away. He has a gun to him and he's like, how'd you get that arm? I'm going to eat your arm. I will find you and I will eat your arm. That's this dude's reaction to have an alien gun pointing to his face. He is the GOAT. He's the GOAT of the film, okay? Now, action scenes. This is like basically Jason Bourne kind of handheld camera, but it's better because the action scenes are not like shaky cam, hand-to-hand combat. No, this is like we're busting into a lab with these overpowered alien guns that shoot lightning and we're incinerating humans, okay? They go in to try to get that fluid. Wickus is shooting a lightning gun at humans and blowing them to pieces. These guns are insane. Not only do they shoot like alien bullets, they shoot literal lightning, okay? We have to talk about the mech suit as well, which is, it's not overpowered because it can take damage, right? But this thing can stop a bunch of bullets. If you have 7 people with AKs shooting at this guy can stop all of them and throw them back at you, killing you. He'll shoot like grenade launchers as well. This guy's OP. And what I love about this is when Wickus wears the suit, it's not made for a human, it's made for a prawn. So when it's put on him, his skull starts contorting, he starts bleeding and shit, he starts feeling pain. I love the attention to detail, right? It's so brutal in this film. By the way, Wickus tries to cut off his alien arm at one point. These scenes make me cringe, man. Because you feel the pain. This movie is very effective at doing that. It's very real, all right? One thing I don't like about the film, there's this one bald soldier who's kind of like a hitman for them. he's a bit cartoony. He's that kind of character that they have that's so evil that you're rooting for the good guy to win, right? He's like, I want to kill prawns. He takes sexual pleasure from killing prawns. Oh, I love my job. I can't wait to kill you, prawns. Like, he's that guy. He's cartoony. Like, it's like he's just that character that they need. You know, you need an excuse to see these humans get blown to bits, so they have characters like this that are so evil that you're rooting for humans to die. That's what he is, essentially, all right? And then, of course, we have the alien Christopher and his son that we're going to get to, okay? Now, this is tragic, because this guy turns into a full-on prawn at the end of the film. He doesn't want to be. He wants to go back to his wife, but he can't now, because he's turning into a full-on alien. In Avatar, Sam Worthington decides to be an alien because he wants to spend the rest of his life with this woman who he falls in love with, so he can have kids with her. And it's a great tie it in a bow ending. This movie, no, this guy, it's tragic, dude. This dude has been waiting to be cured, and Christopher finally leaves, but the cure will take 3 years. He's already fucking prawn. He's already prawn by the end of the film, and he's accepted it. He is forced to accept it. He doesn't want to be in this position. It's sad, and I love that. This movie fucking has balls, man. All right, District 10. Where do we go from here? Well, from what we know, there are two ways they can take this, because the director likes to do social commentary in all his films, and he wants to address an event in history, similar to apartheid, but not the same. There are two theories here, okay? Two from the Easter eggs that we've seen. We're either going to do the Japanese internment camps, the World War II shit, or we're going to do the state-sponsored segregation of the 30s, where the black people were sent to housing projects while the white people lived in nice luxury or upper-class housing, you know? We're going to do that. Those are the two things that I see it going, especially. But the Japanese internment camp one is the one that people are saying that it'll most likely be, because we already had references to the concentration camp like tents in District 9. So there's going to be this question: will Christopher come back? Will these two play a factor? Is it going to continue their story? I think Neil Blomkamps has said he's going in a new direction. This will be a new story. It won't be a direct continuation of these character stories, because honestly, this character is done. Like, Wickes' character, his arc is completed, right? Christopher, maybe not, because Christopher, there's that thing of him coming back with more aliens that's looming over all this. But I don't think Wickes is going to be the main focus. Now, I do think they will be in the sequel, but they won't be the main protagonist or anything like that, okay? So this is how I think shit's going to go now. This is my idea, okay? This is my idea. I think this is where Neil Blomkamp's going, and if he's not, I look like an idiot. But hear me out. Hear me out, Neil. So we have aliens that are working in these internment camps, so to speak. Or they can be in this bad housing project, whatever. But they're working for humans. So there's two factions, okay? There's the aliens that are living in terrible conditions. And then there are aliens who work directly for the humans, okay? And because they work directly for the humans in helping contain the aliens and even indoctrinating them into being loyal servants for the humans, these aliens get privileges. They live in better areas, you know, they're a bit more segregated off from the more violent places in District 10. They live in better housing projects, so to speak, because the humans give them that privilege in exchange for the aliens being loyal to the humans, okay? Now, I used Wayland from Prometheus in this, but our main character is going to be Guy Pearce Jr., okay? Let's just say for the sake of saying, okay? Now, Guy Pearce is our main human protagonist. Maybe we'll have a prawn protagonist as well, but he is the main protagonist of the movie. This guy is a very good salesman. He is a conflict resolution military expert who is used to manipulate aliens who aren't as subservient to the humans as they want. He gaslights them into working for humans. He does this for a living. He's so good at it that they hire him to do this all the time. Now, he doesn't necessarily like this job, okay? He does feel a bit guilty, but he's really good at it. So he specializes in gaslighting aliens into working and thinking humans are the end-all be-all, okay? We, the humans, you trust in us, we will give you your life, but you gotta do what we say, all right? Now, there's another faction of aliens, a resistance group, okay? The resistance group has some leaders, one of them being Wickes, who's a full-on prawn now, okay? The resistance group is trying to tell the rest of the prawns, they're trying to create a revolt. They're trying to gather them so they can join the resistance and create a revolt. And their main message, they're like a Jehovah Witnesses for the aliens, right? They're telling them that our boys are coming back soon. It's been years since we've been telling you this, but they're coming back. One day they will, I promise you. And this promise is looming over the movie. Like, it's looming over all these aliens. There's a big theme, like, will they come back, will they won't? And now the humans are convincing the aliens that this is a false promise that the resistance group is giving you. So Guy Pearce, one of his jobs in his gaslighting is to convince these aliens that the resistance is lying to them just so they can get followers. You trust in us, we'll give you life here because there are no aliens coming back for you. They're long gone. That's the inner conflict struggle happening here. So this is the big question, will they ever come back? And another thing is, there's an island that the resistance groups wants to bring them to. So the goal is a Cuban crime wave to Miami type shit, where they're like, okay, we're gonna escape District 10. We're gonna get on a boat and go to an island and the aliens are gonna pick us up there. They're gonna come down. That's the false promise that the aliens, this is the promise. We have one resistance group that's like a Jehovah's Witness at this point, and then we have the humans who are gaslighting the aliens and staying in the internment camps, okay? So the movie will build to this revolt. A mini revolution does happen. Maybe Guy Pearce helps them, so helps lead it. Maybe we'll do a human turn story again. But I don't think I want to go that route. I think Guy Pearce will be very conflicted, but in the end, Wickus and his troops will cause a revolt. Okay, and the revolt will try to lead them into boats. Only problem is, a full-on blood-out war happens. Okay. So the humans and the aliens start killing each other. Multiple aliens die, multiple humans die. Guy Pearce, he doesn't want to, but he ends up staying on the human side. We're not going to repeat the same one from the first movie because we don't want to retread. We're not Ridley Scott with Gladiator 2 here, okay? He ends up doing the final blow on Wickus, who's fatally wounded now, right? So the prawns are basically fucking defeated. The humans suffered many casualties, but they're defeated. They hear a brrrr sound. Sound similar from the mothership in the first movie. Multiple motherships descend. The prophecy of them coming down to save the prawns has come true. Or has it? Multiple aliens come down. Now, the director, I'm pretty sure, stated that there are leaders and then there are the normal dumb prawns. And they all function in a hive mind. The leaders are people like Christopher, who are smarter. They're just high IQ prawns. And the other prawns are just dumb normal ones, right? So keep that in mind. Remember that goo, that substance that sprayed, the Axe body spray that sprayed Wickus and turned them, right? The aliens know the side effects this has on humans. So now they've weaponized a version of this to use as a last resort. Christopher comes down and sees the violence. He comes down initially to warn the humans and say, we're rescuing our people and we're leaving in peace. Don't fuck with us or we'll fuck right back. Then he sees Wickus dead. Wickus is dying. His last breath. He wanted to save Wickus, but he can't because Wickus has died. He sees all the dead carcasses of the prawns, his people. Christopher says, fuck it. We can have two endings here, okay? We're gonna get dark. Remember David in Prometheus? He released the pathogen upon the engineers. Wickus detonates a package. The substance, the serum that fuels them, they've weaponized a version of it. And their variant, they release it on the humans. So this pathogen, we're going to call it the pathogen, it either kills a human because they just can't react to it properly, or it hybridizes them. So they start turning into a prawn. Not a full-blooded prawn like Wickus, but like a hybrid. So an ugly, distorted version of a prawn. Okay? So now we have a bunch of humans turned prawn hybrids. So the humans have gotten bad karma on them now, because now they're fucked. Christopher gave them the punishment they deserve, right? But Christopher says, okay, we're going to take our people and leave now. But the other leaders that we haven't seen yet, the main leaders that the mothership was trying to get into contact with in the first movie, they come out and they say, you know what? Fuck this. This is a nice planet. Oh, these hybrid aliens that we've just created, guess what? We're taking them in. We're going to punish them. They're going to work for us now. They're going to be our slaves. So Christopher, he doesn't want this. He just wanted to assault them, kill the ones that deserve vengeance, and grab his people and leave. But the leaders were like, no, there's potential in this place. We got some slaves, because now they're part of the hive mind now, all the new turned humans, but they're a lesser version of the prawns, so they're treated as such. They're treated as slaves. So now we've completed the cycle, and the cycle of violence and racism continues. So now we have a whole new sect of prawns now that are being enslaved, and Christopher's looking at this like, no, this isn't what I wanted. I just wanted to rescue my people. Fuck! What have I done? I gave my leaders the opening to use this fluid to attack the humans, and now they're gonna, will they do this with everyone now? And now we're left with the ambiguous question. Will they leave with the new slaves they have and treat them as like shit, or will they just do this to everyone now? Because they have the firepower now. All the motherships are here. And we're left with that question. Fuck. Are the humans fucked? Is this like a Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes type shit where everyone's just going to be turned into an alien and we're going to have a few people ruling? And will Christopher have to rebel? That's where we set it up for. I don't know if we want to do a trilogy. I don't think we need to. I think there's a message there that the cycle of violence always continues. If you try to fight fire with fire, it only ends one way. You know, that type of shit. So guys, I can see Neil Blomkamp going this direction. Maybe he'll have a happier ending. But if I was making this movie, I'd say no, we're not Avatar. We're not like one of these movies like Marvel or some shit where we're going to have a happy ending. No. We don't need to tie everything in a perfect bow. No, we can have some ambiguity. We can have some dark shit happen. We can have Christopher just go full bloodlust and fuck these people over. And then it leads to the leader saying, no, let's do this again. They try to harvest shit from us. Let's harvest shit from them. Let's give them a taste of their medicine. And Christopher's like, no, fuck, this is what I wanted. Fuck, what have I done? I think it's not a bad, I don't think it's a bad idea, okay? If you want to know my ideas for the new Alien sequel that's potentially coming out that Ridley wants to do, a sequel to Alien Covenant Prometheus, which he might fuck up, watch this video here.